99% of people lose testosterone when they go on a cut. Because guess what? When you restrict your calories, when you restrict your micronutrients, and you restrict all these things, your hormones get tanked. So this is how you're going to shred body fat without losing any testosterone just by applying the popcorn method. This is a method that I use every single time that I want to shred body fat and not only maintain my testosterone, but to increase my testosterone. So when I'm cutting, I can see more muscle growth, more energy, more focus, all the stuff that comes with testosterone, and you don't feel like a snail. So the first thing you need to do is the first P, which is protein. Protein is the most important thing when you want to shred down, lose body fat, but maintain muscle mass and testosterone. Now, don't get it twisted. Like, all these things are gonna be very important, but when you focus on protein, you're gonna be able to function with all the other elements that it comes with. And when it comes to protein specifically, you wanna make sure that you have 1.2 grams per pound body weight. A lot of people say 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, but you actually wanna have more, because when you're cutting, you're restricting your calories, but you still wanna be gaining muscle and keeping testosterone. So if you get 1.2 grams per pound of body weight, you're gonna be able to gain muscle, increase your testosterone, and not feel like shit and feel full. Now, this protein should mainly be from beef, eggs, and other animal-based sources, not protein shakes, Greek yogurt, chicken and rice, all the bullshit, old style methods. You wanna do beef, eggs, raw milk, and things of that nature. Second is O, which is overload. Overloading on exercises, especially compound movements, is gonna be critical to increase your strength, increase your testosterone while you're losing body fat. If you're not tracking how much weight you're doing on a consistent basis every single week, you're probably gonna lose mass because you're messing with the volume, you're messing with your weight, and you're actually not progressing in the weight room, because you still wanna be progressing even if you are on a cut. Even the most advanced lifters, I've been lifting for 6 years, and on cuts, I'm able to maintain and gain strength because I'm able to progressive overload. So what does that look like specifically? Well, you can add weight, you can add reps, or you can add intensity. I don't even know if I spelled that right. Weight, reps, intensity. That's all you have to change when it comes to progressive overload. You can add 5 pounds to the first set if you wanted to. You could add 2 reps to the last set if you wanted to. That's overloading if you do that on a consistent basis. Or you could add intensity. You could say you do the same weight as you did before, but you add intensity by doing a drop set of push-ups or something, or drop set of a weight that's lighter. That's increasing the intensity. If you overload in these 3 metrics when you're on a cut, you're gonna be able to build muscle, increase your testosterone, and not destroy the product that you built on a bulk. Third thing, performance. If you aren't performing hard in the gym, you're never going to be making gains on a cut and increasing your testosterone. Performance is so important. This is why I always say the rule 60 to 70%. And what I mean by that is 60 to 70% of all the sets you do in the gym are taking to failure. So say you do 3 sets of something. Let's lay this out perfectly. So the first set, you want to do the heavy weight, but leave 1 to 2 reps left in the tank. The second set, you want to do the same heavy weight, but leave 0 reps left in the tank, so 2 failure. And then the third set, you drop the weight 20 to 25% and then go to failure again. If you use that metric, and go to failure 60 to 70% of sets in your workout, you're gonna be increasing your performance, which is gonna allow you to overload. These things are very critical when it comes to strictly gym performance, and you need to make sure you're training hard even if you are on a cut. Now for C, one of the most important things, cholesterol. Cholesterol is so important when you're on a cut. This is why a lot of people lose testosterone and feel low energy when they're cutting, because they neglect cholesterol. People are like, oh, cholesterol is not bad for you. You need to avoid that. Cholesterol is gonna make you produce more testosterone. So my golden rule has always been 1.5 grams plus. If you're getting over 1.5 grams plus, you are in the clear to produce testosterone every single day, even if you are restricting your calories. Make sure you're getting it from beef, eggs, raw dairy, etc. Shrimp, you can even add shrimp in there if you're really trying to cut, but make sure your cholesterol is at 1.5 grams because cholesterol is the building block for testosterone. I see all these bodybuilders, these natural bodybuilders who go in the 300, 400, 200 level of testosterone once they get to that 10, 12% body fat, and they're not eating any cholesterol. How am I walking around like this, shredded, and I'm 1300 testosterone? I eat my cholesterol every single day. And even over the summer, when I was 8% body fat, and my testosterone was still 1400. How? Cholesterol. If you're not including cholesterol in your diet, you're gonna be low test. Like, what are you doing? And then fifth, outdoors. Going outside is actually gonna help you increase your testosterone while cutting. And you're like, how does that make sense? Well, going outside relieves stress. So I want you to think of going outside as cardio / therapy. Now you're like, bro, therapy, come on now, what are you saying? If you're decreasing your stress while getting 10,000 steps a day, you're gonna be shredded while boosting your testosterone. Every single morning, I go for a walk outside, one, because it relieves me of any built-up stress, it resets my brain, and I'm getting to my 10,000 step goal to get me to that shredded physique that I want without losing testosterone, without doing high intensity cardio to spike my cortisol, deplete my glycogen, to make me weak in the gym, because all that stuff is not what you want to do if you want to be shredded while having high testosterone. So you need to be going outside, going for walks, enjoying nature, lowering your stress, and getting your steps in. And then of course, recovery. Everyone knows recovery is so important, especially on a cut. So there's multiple elements when it comes to recovery specifically, but I have 3 metrics that you need to track to make sure you can increase your testosterone while shredding down. And that is, of course, sleep, soreness, and speed. Sleep, soreness, and speed. If you're not sleeping 8 hours a day, if you're getting sore and you're still working out, you probably aren't eating correctly, eating enough protein, sleeping enough, etc. So you need to measure your soreness and your speed, how quickly you function on a daily basis, how good you're performing in the gym, and how your brain is mentally. Because what a lot of people don't talk about is the central nervous system's recovery time. If you go to the gym and you lift heavy and you still feel fatigued from 2 days ago, it might not be your muscles, it might be your central nervous system. And the way to reset that is always gonna be sleep. You need to make sure you're sleeping 8 hours and 3 hours of REM sleep every single day. I don't care what you got going on. If you're not sleeping, you're not gonna be seeing gains, especially because you're cutting. You need to make sure your sleep is really dialed in. And finally, nutrients. Everyone knows that nutrients is the powerhouse for energy, testosterone, and body function every single day. You need to make sure you're hitting your micronutrients, or you're never gonna be able to lose body fat while gaining testosterone. So here's the nutrients that you specifically need to focus on. Now, if you focus on getting your beef and eggs through protein, you're hitting most of your micronutrients, but you need to focus on these things specifically. You need to focus on vitamin D, boron, and we'll just go magnesium. So these are the 3 supplements that you need to add if you're not getting them naturally to make sure you're hitting all your nutrients: vitamin D, boron, magnesium. Those 3 supplements may be lacking in your diet, and if you're not supplementing them, you're gonna be losing testosterone while you're cutting down. So make sure you're either getting some sun, supplementing vitamin D, supplementing 5 to 10 milligrams of boron a day, and including magnesium into your diet, whether it's through avocado or just supplementation. So this is the popcorn method. The method I use every single time that I want to cut down to sub 12% body fat. And it's worked for me every single time, because last summer I was at 8% body fat and my testosterone was 1400. The summer before that I was at 10% body fat and my testosterone was 1300. This is the method that works because it optimizes for your hormones and it speeds up your metabolism and testosterone, which allows you to shred down without suffering, without being hungry and low energy and all this stuff. You don't want to suffer when you're cutting down. You want to look good and feel good. You don't want to look good and feel like shit. So if you apply these methods, follow the animal-based diet, and are consistent every single day, you will be shredded and high testosterone. And if you want custom plans to just follow, execute, and be accountable every single day, book a call with me in the description below, and we'll see if you're a good fit for my one-on-one coaching to make sure that you can get to sub 10% body fat and get as shredded as possible and stay high testosterone so you can look good on the beach, you can look good anywhere you go, and of course, feel good.